Hey everybody, in this video we'll be walking around the beautiful New England city, Salem, Massachusetts, looking for photo opportunities. Salem is most famous these days for being the home of the infamous witch trials and subsequent executions in the 1690s. The city has fully embraced the spooky, witchy reputation because scary is good for tourism, as it turns out, and they have one of the most crowded and highly anticipated Halloween scenes in the nation, with tons of tourists flooding into town every year. But the city was once better known as the wealthiest port in the country because of its successful shipping and import trade. But since the witch trials are Salem's claim to fame, let's start there, at the old Burying Point Cemetery, where there is a memorial to the victims of the witch trials and some burials contemporary to that era. This is the Peabody, Essex Museum, one of the oldest continuously operating museums in the United States. That's the Samuel Pickman House, one of the few historic homes still sitting in its original location in Salem. This is the Witch Trial Memorial, and each one of these granite benches memorializes one of the people falsely accused and executed in 1692. The old Burying Point Cemetery holds a number of graves contemporary to the witch trials era. Access to this place is tightly controlled now. Apparently, some rowdy tourists caused damage in here several years ago, and now it's monitored, and you have to stay on the path, and you have to go in small groups, and it's kind of a hassle now, but it's still a beautiful place to visit. Very historic. Of course, we had to take a ghost tour, and it rained. It was still fun, though.
Named after Pickman. Way back there on the final tree, he was hit by lightning over there, and there's still to this day a cleave in the tree, and they have a tombstone that's "Here lies Caleb Pickman, hit by lightning."
This is the old custom house. Since Salem was such a major seaport, the British and then the U.S. government required imports to be taxed. This building dates to 1819. The Golden Eagle is a replica put there in 2004, but the original from 1826 was restored and can be seen inside the custom house, which is now a museum. This is the Pedrick storehouse, built in 1770. It was actually built across the bay in Marblehead to use as a warehouse for a merchant and shipper. It's the first time I've seen it open like this, and I'm disappointed to see that it's just a storeroom for the Park Service. This is Hammond Castle, up the coast from Salem. It's a real castle built in the 1920s by a wealthy inventor who was also somewhat of a cuckoo, it seems to me. Anyways, he imported pieces of castles from Europe and actual medieval storefronts from France and ancient Roman gravestones, all of which were incorporated into this strange hybrid version of a castle. I might do a separate video on this location if you guys are interested in seeing it. I have a lot more footage. He might have been a nut, but the guy sure knew how to pick a location. Look at that view. Being that it's a coastal community, Salem gets a lot of rain. I went out on this walk early in the morning with an umbrella, but I managed to get thoroughly drenched through and through. This was a West India goods store. From what I understand, it was like a retail store where residents could buy some of the goods shipped in from around the world. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to visit my website at keithdotson.com.